Welcome to the Two Blokes Chatting radio show on 94.7 The Pulse. Music, interviews, news, and, well, Two Blokes Chatting. Now, here are the two blokes.
We're going off to Venus Bay, Rob, and we're going to say hello to both Janine and Eric. G'day, team.
Hi, how you going?
Good morning.
Doing
Good morning
okay.
to you both. Hey, that's pretty fine stuff. That was my first listen. Quite liked it. Now, we're going to let you answer the question because Neil and I were discussing in the... being a farmer, I'm standing at the end of the drafting race. This song's coming at me. Is it soft rock? Is it pop? Is it country and western? What do you call it?
I would go...
Does it really get any more country?
Yeah, I think it's...
Yeah, Neil went country, but it had bits of country. Some of the lyrics are a bit country, some of the melody, but it could easily be on a pop chart. I'd have no problem with that at all. It was very good.
Neither would I.
Oh, wow, happy to hear that.
No, it's good.
Well, it's been on very high rotation in the last 24 hours, I've got to say. I seem to keep playing it everywhere I go.
Thank you very much.
No, it's all good. Hey, let's talk a bit about South Gippsland, and Lisa Edwards obviously said to say good day to you, Janine. No, she didn't. I made that up. But you guys live down in the beautiful South Gippsland region. One of you in Foster, one of you in Venus Bay, straddling the beautiful town of Meenium, where the most beautiful girl in the world lives. How did two people from Foster and Venus Bay find themselves in a group called No Promises?
Social media.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, no, Janine and her offsider, Fiona, in their duo Harmony, do a lot of live streams, and I saw them for the first time on social media, and I thought, they're awesome. I'd like to play with them. And the only way I could manage that was that because I'm busy and they're busy, and we've all got gigs at the same time, so I had my birthday, and I thought, I'll book them. And I didn't invite anyone else. We just hijacked the local bar here at Venus Bay, the Cavity, and they played, and I drank beers and played along when I could and enjoyed myself and had a great night.
Sat there in the corner with his wireless electric, just playing along. Quite great.
Yeah, I've got Neil Diamond's. There he was, sitting in the corner, crying in his pretzels. He'd already supped up a whole plate of potato chips. But the management didn't mind because he was a regular customer. I won't do any more Neil Diamond stuff. So... Yeah, okay, so obviously geography helps because you're not very far away from one another. But
No, we all played lots of gigs in local cafes and you know, the local brewery in Currumbara. So we all sort of got to catch each other's gigs at different times. So
back in the days when
you could gig.
Yeah, when you could play live.
The connection musically is clearly good, but that's all very well to say that, but you've got to have an emotional connection as well. Did that happen pretty quickly?
We Janine is a prolific songwriter, and when I say prolific, it's like 2 or 3 a day.
She's written one while she's been on hold waiting for us.
Actually, one this morning when I woke up.
On the way here, she wrote one. I'm not joking. And so I used to write a fair bit. So I got a bunch of songs, but I haven't been making songs so much as coming up with music. And so we used an app on our iPads called GarageBand, and I'd send her some music, and she'd send me her singing to the music back, and we thought, okay, we might do something with this, why not? And so, yeah, we've just been swapping songs or parts of songs. I'd play something, and Janine would come up with the words and the melody, and yeah.
We got together for the first time, I don't know, is it maybe a month ago?
Yeah.
And we sat down and we wrote 5 songs in a few hours.
Yeah,
they just kept coming. It's just crazy.
Yeah, 3 hours it took us to write 5 songs.
So in this circumstance, you're trying very hard down there in South Gippsland to make your way in the music industry. But for someone who writes so many songs, is there one that pops out that you'd think maybe you need to attach to someone with some name and impetus in the industry already? Do you occasionally send your songs off to others, Janine?
Well, you can answer that, Janine.
I don't know, can I?
Yeah. I guess because we haven't really been at it, recording and writing for very long. so far we're just trying to record and get all our songs down, and then you come up with plans like that. Once you've got a bit of a foundation, I think.
And then once you think you've got the first album sorted, another song comes along. You've got to shuffle the order again. But I actually wrote a song quite a while ago, because I don't sort of write one genre. I'm probably more predominantly pop rock, I write, with the occasional country song in there. But I actually wrote one a while ago that I always imagined would be perfect for Kylie Minogue, funnily enough. I don't know if I'll ever sing it, but it is just the perfect song for her. How I'll get it to her, I don't know.
You should be so lucky.
Be so lucky.
Yeah, you sort of did there. Those little musical pun just to keep you in the conversation.
Well, I think maybe that, and it may even be that you ring up someone like Lisa Redwoods and tell her the tambourine story, and who knows what door she could open. But it could be something as simple as that to get yourself to another level, perhaps initially as a songwriter, and once you have some reputation there, come in behind it with the combination.
Yeah, true.
One of the things that fascinates me, I do a bit of podcasting, right? And it's kind of the spoken version of an album, if you want to think of it that way. It's my level of creativity. At some point of time, you've got to get to a stage where you say, I need to dedicate my time full time to this, rather than I'll do it on weekends and public holidays. What do you do when you're not doing music for paid employment? Are you guys working, or are you in a situation now where you can actually earn $1 out of the music?
We'd love to be in a situation where we could earn $1 out of the music. Prior to the plague arriving, I was considering, because I was doing 5 and 6 shows a week, and it was getting a bit much to have a normal job and the music as well. And the thoughts were coming into my head that I should make a decision at some point. And then, obviously, we had a lockdown, and
the decision was made for you.
No more music. Yeah. So that's where I was at. Now I've had to pivot and do things like live streaming and recording and stuff like that. And because we haven't been doing that, we've really got to map out a way how we can make it work. So hopefully that's our goal, is to be able to make a living out of this. It's just a matter of...
And there'll be none of that one album a year thing.
No.
It'll be like...
Hey, Janine, people who write music, I imagine songs are like children. You love them all, but are there ones that just pop out and go, oh, this one's really good? I think this one's a chance.
Regularly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Having said that, we do have standards, and we know that
they're not all going to be
they're not all going to be good, but what we've been working on so far, there are more that we would consider good than not good.
Yeah.
You haven't demonstrated you've got standards. You're prepared to go on the Two Blokes Chatting radio show. Your standards aren't terribly high. Hey, so where can people buy this thing? He said, knowing the answer already, but it's always better to come from you guys. Suppose Rob wanted to buy this song, as I've already done. How does he go about doing that?
You can go to iTunes and look for "Love Me or Leave Me." Look for the song rather than the artist, because we've only just gone on there.
And they've put us in with another no promises, which are like some Apple group, which is hopefully will be fixed, in the next day or two.
And also Google Play and YouTube Music, and there's a few others as well.
Stream us on Spotify.
Yeah, Spotify. Yep.
Yeah, because we're really keen for my $2.19, of which you'll probably see about 30 cents. Every one that you sell is good. So I'm sure that we'll get some people who are listening to that song and listening to you guys chat about it, and they'll be buying music like there is no tomorrow.
Absolutely. And if they can't remember any of that, go to our Facebook page, No Promises.
Yeah, good stuff. It's good to see. And you mentioned off air, Eric, that it's taken you 30 years to be an overnight sensation.
Yeah, absolutely, yes.
We're still trying, and we're much longer than 30 years. Hey guys, we're running out of time, so we better let you go. But thanks for making the technology happen that we could talk to two people at once. That's very exciting. We don't do that very often.
Very much for having us on.
It's been great. Thank you so
really
much.
Appreciate it.
Good on you. All the very best.
No worries. There they are. It is Eric and Janine. They are no promises, but boy, they are promising, and we will be hearing from them again, I reckon. They're down in South Gippsland.